Hello, everyone! Get ready to laugh and gasp as we dive into the wild world of total idiots at work caught on camera. Let's go! Suddenly, foam splashes in the man's face. It flew straight into the face of the girl standing in front, surprising her. She tried to maintain balance on a unicycle, but unexpectedly lost control and tumbled to the ground. He was joyfully skiing, but suddenly fell into a pile of snow, causing his friends to burst into laughter. The car was moving down the road with one wheel missing, making everyone around feel worried and tense. He jumped over the canal, but unfortunately got stuck in the mud. She was performing an aerial somersault, but unfortunately fell to the floor. Someone left a bag on top of the car and drove away, feeling panic and concern, hoping the bag wouldn't fall off during the drive. He was carrying a tray of food, and as soon as he set it down on the table, it spilled everywhere. A tree branch suddenly pierced through the house, causing severe damage. Panic and worry filled the room. The car lost control and got stuck in the water tank. Confusion and concern spread throughout the quiet garden. The mischievous tabby cat knocked food out of someone's hand. The food scattered all over the floor, and he looked at the messy scene in disappointment. The girl slipped on the white snow. The pain and surprise were evident on her face as she sat there on the cold morning. He kicked the ball hard, and it bounced back into the net. Surprise and joy spread throughout the field. He stepped off the diving board and unfortunately slipped into the cold water. Turning on the faucet from above but shutting off the water from below unexpectedly caused the faucet to fly off, creating a situation both confusing and funny. The excavator got stuck deep in the muddy ground under the gloomy sky, leaving everyone worried and helpless. The red car got stuck in the automatic car wash, causing a scene of chaos and surprise at the car wash station. Opening the washing machine door, water and clothes rushed out. The surprise and confusion were evident as everything flooded the floor. The hose pipe was punctured, causing strong water to push the hose up into the sky. He was cycling without paying attention ahead and crashed into the parked car. Surprise and pain were evident. After high-fiving the girl, the robot stumbled and fell. Laughter and surprise echoed throughout the mall. Step over the barrier, unfortunately fell. The confusion of the three children when seeing their father fall. The phone the man was fixing suddenly started smoking. Panic and worry spread throughout the shop. He flew up using a water jetpack but lost balance and plunged into the water. Water gushed from behind the door, flooding the floor. A scene of flooding and chaos in the parking lot. He was sitting on the chair, suddenly tipped over and fell to the floor, creating a hilarious moment in the workspace. The boy threw the basketball and it got stuck in the hoop. He stared in surprise and disappointment. Two people drew pictures in a unique and humorous style, making everyone who saw them burst into laughter. The girl tried to zip up her jacket, but it got stuck. She fumbled and felt embarrassed, creating a funny and awkward situation. The trailer fell off and ran out of control in the middle of the road, causing chaos and danger to surrounding vehicles. The girl panicked as a mouse suddenly darted out, quickly stepping back, creating a tense situation right at the doorstep. He was indoor rock climbing when he unexpectedly slipped and fell, creating a thrilling moment. The man tried to stop the quad bike from sliding off the trailer, but unfortunately the pull was too strong and he got dragged along. The truck crashed into a large sign, with two people trying to handle the situation. A regrettable accident. On a beautiful sunny morning, someone was opening the gate when she tripped and fell to the ground. Someone was sitting on an inflatable chair in the pool when it slipped. causing him to fall into the water. At night, the car lost control, causing the driver to panic and quickly turn it off, but the collision caused the door to be damaged. He intended to catch it, but unfortunately slipped and fell into the cold seawater. The man lost his balance and fell on the snow. Immediately after, another person slid forward, tripped him, and they both fell on the snow. In a daring billiard shot, the man performed a handstand on the table, but suddenly lost his balance and was about to fall. He is trying to hit a golf ball, but when he swings the club, he misses and unexpectedly falls over. A young man demonstrates his bike skills by riding up a high step. A man walks through a serene natural setting, only to unexpectedly step into a deep mud hole. A man opens a barrel, and foam from inside suddenly sprays everywhere, covering his face in a surprising and humorous moment. The woman was carrying things into the house, but suddenly tripped and fell to the ground in a sudden and painful fall. A fire truck faces a major issue, as a massive stream of water shoots into the sky like a waterfall crashing down in the middle of the street. A man standing on a chair is carefully cleaning when he suddenly gets startled by a mouse running into the house. A man throws a paper airplane, but it unexpectedly hits a girl in a white dress. A man places a shoe back on the shelf, and as soon as he lets go, a cascade of shoes unexpectedly falls. A man is engrossed in his phone when he is suddenly startled by someone entering the room. He attempts a flip in the thick snowfall, but slips upon landing and tumbles to the ground. She is startled and panicked when the can in her hand unexpectedly explodes. He tries to ride his motorcycle through a muddy path, but the bike gets stuck midway, creating a challenging and difficult situation. He swings at the golf ball with determination, but unfortunately misses. A group of people were excitedly rafting down the rushing river when suddenly the raft lost balance and they fell into the water. The person cooking added seasoning to the pot of beans, but accidentally poured in too much, causing the seasoning to spill uncontrollably into the pot. The mischievous cat jumped onto the chair, making it lose balance and topple to the floor. While pedaling a rickshaw with passengers down the street, the driver suddenly lost balance, causing both the driver and passengers to fall to the ground. During a photo shoot, a model striking a pose suddenly lost balance, fell, and tore the blue backdrop behind. At the gym, a man lifting weights suddenly lost his grip, causing the weights to fall uncontrollably and slam into his chest. The man pulled out a chair to sit, but the chair suddenly slid, causing him to fall to the ground. The girl eagerly took a photo with the cake, but the man shook his hand, causing the plate of cake to fall on her face. A couple relaxing on a wooden swing by the beach loses balance, causing both of them to fall off. A beautiful bride is walking during her beach wedding. And as everyone starts tossing flowers in celebration, she loses her balance and falls. Two men are excitedly watching a kite soar into the sky when suddenly the kite loses control and crashes straight into their heads. A girl is surfing, creating a beautiful scene, but a large wave suddenly crashes over her, ruining the perfect moment. A girl is sandboarding down a dune, but she unexpectedly trips and tumbles, taking a hard fall into the sand. A strong wind sweeps away the chair, causing severe damage while everyone watches in astonishment and helplessness. A man performs a flip, causing his wig to fly off and reveal his bald head, creating a funny and surprising moment. A sudden wave crashes onto the shore, soaking a girl who is walking, creating a funny moment. The man was doing a somersault on the trapeze bar, but he failed, causing him to fall into the sand in surprise. A guy frantically searches for his phone everywhere, not realizing it's hilariously sitting on his back. A girl wants to surf under the bright sun, but she suddenly loses her balance and dramatically falls into the water. A man is joyfully swinging when a dog suddenly bites his leg, causing him to panic and step off the swing. A guy is twirling a rope on the beach, but suddenly the rope snaps back and hits the cameraman. Someone is running and releases a girl to fly with a paraglider, but it tilts and she falls, causing everyone around to panic. Guy is sandboarding down a slope, but suddenly loses balance and tumbles to the ground, sending sand flying everywhere. During a beach volleyball game after a spike, the ball flies straight into the face of a guy standing behind, knocking him down into the sand. A guy is relaxing on a boat with a drink in his hand when his chair suddenly slips, causing him to fall backward. Angrily, he throws the chair into the water. Two people hurriedly climb up a cliff in a panic as they spot a killer whale, creating a scene of unexpected chaos. A car tries to pull a runaway bus that's headed towards the sea, creating a tense and dangerous situation. After performing a stunt, the driver falls and lands poorly on the sand, resulting in a hard tumble. A woman practicing yoga is suddenly drenched by a wave, creating a hilarious moment. The man was surfing but suddenly tripped over a fish, causing him to fall into the water, creating a moment full of surprise and humor. A man running to sandboard loses his balance and falls, unfortunately.
A girl tries to balance on a surfboard but suddenly loses her footing and falls into the water.
A group of people are playing a game of water balloon throwing. After the man's throw, the girl couldn't block it and fell backwards. A man is flying a kite on the beach, but the wind is so strong that it lifts him off the ground, creating a surprising and humorous scene. The girl skateboarded down the sand slope, suddenly tripped and fell into the water. A moment full of surprise and humor.
A guy confidently jumps onto his surfboard, but it unexpectedly slips away, causing him to fall hard on the sand. A guy walking on slippery rocks takes an unsteady step and painfully falls, hitting his bottom on the rocks.
A guy is confidently surfing when another guy suddenly comes from behind and pushes him into the sea. What a surprise! A guy attempts a flip but fails, landing hard on his back on the sand and then falling into the sea. A fall can't get any more painful. Three girls are surfing, but one of them suddenly loses balance and falls hard onto the sandy shore. Two men collide while surfing, creating a strong impact that sends one of them flying away. The man drove his car into the sea, and the car sank half into the water, creating an unbelievable scene that showed daring adventure and humor. A large wave suddenly crashes onto the shore, hitting a boat hard and causing it to rock violently, creating a chaotic and dramatic scene. The girl's hair suddenly stands on end, and she looks surprised and a bit worried, leaving everyone in suspense about what will happen next. The groom playfully pushes the bride to the ground and smears cake on her face, creating a joyful and memorable wedding moment. A man attempts a flip on the beach, but unfortunately trips over a girl standing behind him.
Horse.
A girl is happily sitting on a float when a strong wave hits, causing her to flip off the float and fall into the water.
Love you. Careful behind you. Honey, you okay? Are you okay? Go watch where you're going, honey. Love you.
A boy is saying goodbye to his mom, but while walking backward, he doesn't notice and falls down.
I love you.
While sitting on a boat in the open sea, a wave hits the boat forcefully, throwing the girl into the water in a dramatic and unexpected moment. A man gets his foot stuck in the mud and tries to pull it out, but loses his balance and falls, getting himself covered in mud. A man racing with 3 dogs suddenly has one dog dart in front and tangle with his legs, causing him to stumble and fall. 2 men are trying to balance on a surfboard, but after stepping onto the shore, one of them causes the other to fall into the water. The couple wanted to film with the wave, but the wave was too high and crashed on them. A man wobbles and painfully falls onto the road while riding a balanced scooter.
A man is doing a handstand on the beach but suddenly loses balance and falls onto a lounge chair.
A man is surfing when a strong wind suddenly blows him onto the shore and his surfboard gets blown far away. A parasol gets blown away by the wind while everyone around just stands and watches, with no one acting to catch it. A man is surfing, but when he sees a group of people standing in front of him, he loses his balance and tumbles into the water. A girl is engrossed in her phone, completely unaware of her surroundings, when she suddenly trips and tumbles into the sand. A man is rushing to avoid a strong wave, but he unexpectedly trips over an obstacle and falls, getting soaked in the process. Want more epic fails? Subscribe and hit the bell for instant updates. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.